Good morning, everyone. I'm your host, Michael Rathburn, here with the DFS Minute for this morning for August 6, 2015. We got a few DFS minutes this morning because of so much industry news. And this DFS Minute is going to be covering DraftKings announcing their live final for college football, the first ever in daily fantasy sports. And I do expect that there's going to be more of these coming. But they did make the first announcement in Miami, December 3rd through the 6th. And it seems like they've got a pretty good relationship with the folks down in South Beach because that's where they're holding their Week 1 NFL Bash. And I got to tell you, living down there for 12, 13 years, the best time of year to be down there is like September. September's still a little hot, so Week 1 is still going to be, it's going to be pretty humid. But I'm telling you, man, like November, December, January, February, March, those are the months that you want to be in South Florida because, man, the weather is beautiful, and everyone else around the country is pretty much freezing. So, so live events in the winter months in South Beach is something that's really, really nice and kind of a break from Vegas too. So they have not announced any details, so we'll know about qualifiers. I would imagine this is going to coincide when they launch college football. And it's best for them to kind of hold out as long as possible on salaries for college football because, you've got 4 times as many players and teams than you do in the NFL. And, man, I got to tell you from experience, I did college football salaries at Daily Joust, and I did them also at Fantasy Feud. And it is brutal because you're dealing with 128 teams. And even worse, when we were putting in players from those lower schools like Youngstown State and stuff like that, which was a mistake, but not my decision. So when you're putting in all these players and stuff, man, talk about double checking, triple checking, making sure, really and truly it was about making sure everybody that was relevant was in the player pool and not making sure you missed anybody. Didn't fret about the actual amounts of the salaries too much because people are going to find value no matter what. There's so many sharp players in CFB that you're not going to catch everything. But it was just mostly making sure that we got every single player in the pool that was relevant, every starting skill position player. So it's best for them to wait a little bit on releasing college football. There's no reason for them to put out any kind of college football salaries until maybe a week before the season. Just wait as long as possible. And then they can announce the qualifiers, they can announce the big tournament, and they can, put some big GPPs up. But again, I think, 10 days, no more than 2 weeks prior. I think if you go anything further than that, it is going to definitely cause an issue with just so many players. We don't know position battles on so many different major teams and things like that. So that's really where the issue comes into play. And by releasing the salaries too early, you're going to give sharps so much of an edge that it's just not going to make sense. So that's my take. DraftKings first live college fantasy football final coming up, South Beach, Miami, December 3rd through the 6th. Should be fun. I'm definitely going to be chasing that ticket. Hopefully it's not too unattainable, but I do feel like they're going to throw that $1 million prize pool out there. I think that I can see a $1 million prize pool. I can see like a $250,000 first prize. Maybe I'm being a little bit too ambitious, but when I see them drop a $10 million Week 1 NFL, I got to think that they're going to get aggressive with college football as well. So my prediction, $1 million prize pool, $250K to first place. And that's what we're going to see on DraftKings college football. So eager to see that. Check us back here later on today for more DFS Minute industry news on rotocurve.com. I'm your host, Rath, signing off. Take care. And as always, stay classy, DFS.